It's November 30th. Today's reading continues Paul's second letter to the Corinthian church. In the midst of what are personal explanations and admonitions to this local congregation are several doctrinal bullets. One of these is chapter 6, verse 14 through chapter 7, verse 1. As Paul, quoting Leviticus and the prophets Isaiah and Ezekiel, warns believers of the dangers of being unequally yoked or bound together, of entering into covenants, unions, and partnerships with non-believers. The key to correctly interpreting this passage is found in chapter 7, verse 1. Let's cleanse ourselves from all defilement of flesh and spirit, perfecting holiness in the fear of God. Believers shouldn't misinterpret the command found in this passage to separate themselves. We are called to live among non-Christians and be ambassadors to them. We are called to live in the culture without becoming defiled by it. We are in this world, but we must never forget that we are not of this world. Paul's warning applies to our entering into partnerships and unions where our financial decisions or major life decisions are subjected to allegiances and priorities that compete with or run counter to God's priorities. Such arrangements, whether a marriage, a business, or a financial agreement that binds us to non-believers, sets us up for a conflict of interest. Here's today's application. If you've come to faith in Christ late in life, then you know well the stress that is created from allegiances that compete with God's priorities. If you find yourself in this circumstance, when you have entered into an arrangement where you are unequally yoked, ask for God's direction here. Bring Him into the equation. Purpose to listen to His voice. He will give you direction and guidance as you submit these situations to Him. And don't underestimate His creative ability. He can work out any situation in ways that you may have never considered. Now here's today's prayer.